What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some unfortunate news concerning Micheal Rivera. Micheal Rivera is under suspension, and he remains under temporary suspension by the NSAC following a positive drug test from the Frank Martin fight. Of course, we know he lost that particular fight. And the strange thing about Frank, he was dynamic, but Rivera tested positive for hydrochlorothiazide and triamterene, both of which are on the banned substance list under the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA code. Okay. And of course, their team had this to say. Hydrochlorothiazide and triamterene are both considered diuretics and largely identified as water pills. The combination of the two help reduce fluid retention and reduce blood pressure. Rivera and his team contend that he ingested the substances unwillingly after being dubbed into believing he was taking vitamins and supplements. The claim has been met with sympathy, but is unlikely to help reduce any forthcoming punishment, as all athletes are responsible for what enters their body. Okay, that is the issue with Micheal Rivera. And you know what? Let me counterpunch. At first, when I saw this, I'm thinking to myself, wow, how are you going to test positive and take drugs and at the same time get your ass beat? It's almost like Fernando Vargas and Oscar De La Hoya, if you guys can remember that fight. Fernando Vargas came in ripped, chiseled, ready, steady, and destined to win. But Oscar De La Hoya was the guy that was definitely the better guy. Okay, now we have Micheal Rivera. The things he took were water pills. So these are diuretics. Okay, this really helps him lose weight, if anything. Okay, and that should show us that maybe Micheal Rivera needs to move up in weight. Now, when he does come off suspension, he will be campaigning at 140 pounds, as we know. But nonetheless, I think he should have been there instead of getting popped with diuretic pills that are illegal. Now, the reason they are illegal because they give you an edge. They help reduce the water retention to help you lose weight. Okay. And I think that actually counted against him trying to stay at 135. I know he was trying to target guys like Devin Haney and Lomachenko and others. However, that may be what caused him to lose because he wasn't the same. But I think that's just one factor. I think Frank Martin would have beat him anyway, just because of the style. Frank Martin had just everything or too many tools in the shed for Micheal, and I think Micheal just couldn't handle it. He couldn't adjust to what was going on. Okay, and I think if he would have just obeyed his body, respected his body, and because people, your body changes as you get older. Okay, I think Ryan Garcia in the next 2 or 3 years will be a welterweight because these guys are taller, they're naturally bigger, they're younger, and they can't stay small forever. Okay. And this fight probably shouldn't have been, especially if you need diuretic pills that are illegal to make weight. Okay. Because just because you make weight don't mean you're going to be the best version of yourself. Because water retention is one thing, but, dropping water weight and changing your fluid levels, change your energy levels as well. So you have to take that into account. So maybe Micheal Rivera screwed himself trying to stay where he shouldn't be. Okay, there's a lot of examples of that, how fighters are trying to chisel themselves down and starch themselves, but at the same time, they shouldn't be at that weight class anyway. So he should just respect his body. But it is unfortunate for him. And it is true. He is responsible for whatever goes into his body. So not only did he take a L in the ring, he's also taken an L outside of the ring. Okay. Because once labeled a drug cheat, it takes a long time to get that stigma off of your reputation. Ask Canelo Alvarez, ask Luis Ortiz, ask Tyson Fury, ask a lot of fighters that got popped with anything in their system. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Micheal Rivera still under suspension because of the 2 illegal substances that he had in his body. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.